Welcome to the After the Show movie podcast, brought to you by your hosts, Ace Scully and Sid Talk. We're addicted to movies. Are you? Welcome. Hello, Sid Talk. How's it going?
How's it going? All right. I mean, we're still sick. This is before the after show discussion. We are on the tail end of sounding.
It's like 28 years later.
It is.
It's like it's been going for 28 years.
The rage virus. That's about it. We came up here and now we're doing this. It was very uneventful.
Very uneventful. Also fine.
Super fine. Like, we're chill. We're chill.
We're good. Everything's good. All right, let's get on with it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It is Saturday, February the 21st. This is After the Show number 931, your weekly movie review podcast, in which we review a new movie. This week's new movie is 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. It's a 2025 release, out now on streaming, rated R. Its runtime is 1 hour and 49 minutes, and it's from our friends at Sony who sent us a copy for review. Sid Talk, can you give us the synopsis of 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple?
Synopsis? Not really. It's from 28 Days Later. Come on.
Oh, years later.
Well, no, I mean, it's from 28 Days Later.
Aye.
The history of 28 Days Later, and it's the continuation of the rage virus in humans and one other snippet story.
Let me give you the one off the box.
It's not going to be that.
As Spike is inducted into Sir Jimmy Crystal's gang on the mainland, Dr. Kelson makes a discovery that could alter the world.
Oh, that's good. That's better than mine.
Yeah. So it's wise that you go and see 28 Years Later first, because this is literally the continuation. Would you have no idea what was going on if you hadn't seen that one?
You mean the other one?
Yes. 28 Years Later.
They're both called 28 Years Later.
They are.
Okay.
So this one's called 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple.
I mean, I think it establishes that this doctor's messing with herbal medicine. And the kid, the gang of Jimmys.
Yeah.
I don't know that you need the other one. I mean, it's just all part of the same story, isn't it? So.
It feels like one big film to me.
Yeah, exactly.
These two.
Oh, not just these two, to me. All of it.
Yeah.
I see it all as
now,
one
we
big
rewatched
story.
the originals
Aye.
last year, and they weren't as good as we thought they were. Were they?
It wasn't as satisfying. Let me put it that way. That's how I think of it.
No, I thought the first one was scrappy and good. The second one was actually terrible. I didn't like it at all.
Mm.
You know which one I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it, right? There was only two.
Yep.
Yeah.
We skipped the 28 months later.
Yeah, we did, yeah. So, yeah, there was only two. I feel in my mind that there was 3 original ones, but there isn't.
Mm-mm.
So now there's 4.
Well, technically, there's one original.
And those 2 original ones are varying quality. And varying... I mean, they came out at, like, a good time, I guess. That's why they're so renowned. Because we were into zombies big time back then. Like, It was the comeback of zombies, wasn't it?
I just feel like the story is this rage virus. And really what we're doing is we are preaching at humanity about being pissed off about everything and how that causes everything bad in the world, right? I feel like that's the overriding story. And the rage virus just sort of like cranked it up.
And this world is much more dangerous than The Walking Dead's world, for instance.
Absolutely. And then the people in the world are either just barely surviving.
Right.
Or they've turned into some sort of like weird faction. So that's fictional hoo-ha for the, decorate the story up a little bit. But then you have, and what I always want, and if anybody doesn't know this from listening to us, I like zombie stuff, right? But what I want as part of the story is that somebody somewhere is trying to figure shit out. If you want to call that boring, that's fine. I don't give a shit. But if the world has something bad going on, there will be people in the world trying to solve the problem. And I always want to get to that, whatever it is. So in this one, we've got Mr. Dr. Ian, the bone collector, who just on a very tiny scale and without being grandiose or needing to tell anybody, he's just trying to figure it out. Like on the the tiniest level. And that to me is one of the best parts of this ongoing story. Not the survival anymore, because I get it. If you have a little farm and you grow your chickens and you grow some food and you protect it, some asshole's going to come along and destroy it, period. That's just how zombie shit works. But if you're constantly trying to solve the problem, hopefully buried in his little bunker, somebody will find his notes and we can move the story forward.
And interestingly, in this movie, they don't really bother showing you the infected attacking people all the time.
No.
In fact, that story is like, you know that. You know that they're out there and they're dangerous. So we're just going to focus on, well, it's basically focusing on three different things, right? It's focusing on the Jimmies. It's focusing on Ian Kelson and also Samson, which I guess was the same thing.
Dr. Ian, yeah.
This movie doesn't really care about the, like little missions to go out and get attacked by zombies. It doesn't have those type of action sequences even.
Mm-mm.
It has more what the Jimmies are doing, which is nasty.
Yeah, it's like trying to say, of course, this 28 years later, we've got a grown man who dresses like Jimmy Savile, who didn't know that Jimmy Savile was a terrible person yet. And his little gang is all the Jimmies, but he's also mentally ill.
Mm-hmm.
And he believes that Satan is his father and that Satan is telling him what to do. And so in a world that's already fell apart when he was a child, he then takes that and becomes a horrible human being. And then the story there is, then do you, because at the end, he cries out, Father, why have you forsaken me, right? Sort of like that, oh, poor me, when you have to examine, like, would we only grow up to be terrible if the world had fallen apart to zombies?
Right.
Or you've got Spike, who's a kid now in the zombie world, and he's not terrible.
The kid from the first movie.
Yeah, he's learning. He is who he is. And he's even met a member of the Jimmies who's also not terrible, but she kind of went along to survive.
Yeah.
That, to me, is the stories. Not that the Jimmies dress up like Jimmy Savile and they're extremely savage. It's just that at the heart of it, who are we when you squeeze us through one of those like a Play-Doh thing where you push the Play-Doh through the holes? What do you come out as,
I really did find the Jimmy story really interesting, though. Interesting. And the way the guy plays Jimmy, the main Jimmy, is really good because he's not quite sure what's happening either. In his mind, the devil's telling him what to do, or is he?
He's definitely mentally ill.
He's
Absolutely.
making things up. Sometimes you see, they ask him a question, because he's their, like, savior, and they take orders from him, and they ask something, and you can see his mind just going like,
how do I get out of this?
I don't even know. I don't know what I'm doing. These people expect me to. So then he comes up with something. Hold on a second. And then he's listening for the voices. And then he says, oh, he wants us to do this. It's interesting though.
It's almost like he was so indoctrinated as a child because he lived in a parish next to a church, and his father, I don't remember him being the pastor.
Yeah, I do. In the opening sequence where they're watching Teletubbies on the TV.
Right. I don't remember him being pastor, but all I remember was
he runs into the church and shouts Dad, and Dad's already turned and he's got
see, I remember the dad leaving, abandoning everybody.
No.
That somebody else?
That's something else.
Oh, that's Carlisle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He's the one who ran. Oh,
yeah, he just runs off. Yeah.
I'm mixing my movies
Begbie
together. I feel like the child was the Jimmy Savile who grows up to be the Jimmy guy. As a child, he was so convinced that he'd been told God's going to save everybody in the church and blah, blah, blah. And then when the world fell apart, he just flipped a switch and decided, well, I know about Satan, so I'm going to make Satan. This is all for him, and I'm part of it, and it makes sense to me now. You know what I mean? With that, but then when he meets our doctor, and the doctor says, well, I'm an atheist, and you're a Satanist. And he's like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. So your belief is not getting you through. You're just terrible. You're just a terrible person.
The tagline to this movie is "Fear is the new faith," which makes sense now now I've seen it. I thought this was substantially better than the first installment.
Mm-hmm.
It felt more focused. The story actually felt like it meant more. The first one was I don't know, it felt a bit disjointed, the first one, because they were trying to do a lot and establish a lot quickly. And then by the time they'd done all that, it was over. And then this one's coming out, right? So the meat of the story seems to be in this one.
Mm.
Whereas the other one seems like set dressing, like, hey, look, here's some stuff. Here's the big, what's he called? Samson. We saw him in the first one. But there's no depth to it. It's just a giant lumbering. Now, in this one, there's actually a story which...
Well, they've established, they tell us that the virus attacks people different ways. So this guy becomes an alpha, and he's like bigger and stronger, and like almost invincible. He's got arrows poking out of him. He's infected with all kinds of other shit, but he just keeps going. So we've established that he's one of the most powerful of the zombie people. We're going to keep calling them zombies. I don't care what's he saying.
Even Jimmy calls them zombies at one point.
Exactly. So we had to establish that he's, and he's gone. He's a goner, like his mind is gone. But then what? Our Dr. Ian starts to discover what the virus is really doing to our brains. And this I appreciate.
Yeah. Rage. Virus makes you enraged and just...
hallucinate.
Yeah. And then he gives him some morphine and...
Well, a combination
it calms him down.
Yeah, a combination of herbs and things. And then part of that is the morphine and then whatever else, because he's trying to put together a concoction.
I said, so if you're fully enraged all the time and ready to kill, and then all of a sudden you have a moment of, oh, hold on, it doesn't always have to be like this.
Yep.
And then our guy Samson likes that feeling because it takes him back to how it used to be. And that's where we might be on the road to a cure.
Exactly.
Or at least an antidote type thing that would keep you, might not cure you, but you have to keep taking it kind of thing, right?
I got that vibe for sure, yeah.
But still, you wouldn't be an absolute insane rage virus person.
But then I was thinking, okay, so let's say you fix Samson's problem, right?
Yeah.
You make it so he's not an enraged zombie person.
Alpha.
I mean, he's just not out in the woods. He's covered with pus and diseases, and he's got cuts all over him, and he's been ripping the heads off of humans and all the shit he's been doing. And if you start to bring him back, then what?
Well,
do you know what I mean? Like, there's no society for him to go and like integrate into.
Some of that starts to happen in this movie, right?
Yeah, but there's nowhere to go.
No.
He even we established that because of the drugs that our doctor's been giving him, the other zombie people now see him
as regular, a person.
And they want to attack him, whereas before they didn't because he was one of them.
So, I mean, it's looking like a cure.
Is he a Bubba? You know Bubba?
Is he what?
Bubba.
Oh, Bub. Yeah.
Bub. Yeah. Or the gas station guy from, Romero movies, right? The gas station zombie actually can lead everybody.
Yeah.
Like he kind of skirts between, if you've not seen Romero zombie movies, I
mean, this treatment that he develops here could apply to anybody, right? I'm assuming.
I'm hoping we move forward on that. Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Yeah, there is a third and final installment of this all. Danny Boyle's back to direct it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That could be a bad move. I don't know. I love Danny Boyle.
It's his story. Yep, we love him, but,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think that this lady who made this has definitely done a better job of this franchise.
It's like putting Doctor Who in the hands of that guy who has had his moments, but he also isn't great.
Right.
You know who I'm talking about.
And I don't know if it's because this section of the story is just a better wrote story than the first bit.
Mm.
It might not be anything to do with Danny Boyle, his style. It might be to do with that this is a better story than the first part. The first part's really, what? Mum's dying. We go out on a journey.
I don't know. I don't have a problem with the origin of this little, it's just part of the whole story, right? We have to establish a lot of things.
Yeah, too much, I think, maybe in that first movie.
I don't know, though. There's just like, all you're saying is people are surviving. We don't have a set government or anything anywhere at all. And we meet the bone collector guy. And that's about it, really.
I like he's not the bone collector. He's the bone temple man.
He's the bone collector, though.
That's what's he called?
I don't know.
Denzel Washington.
Is it?
Isn't he in The Bone Collector?
Oh, maybe. With Ashley Judd. Is that one, you mean?
Is it Ashley Judd or is it Angelina Jolie? I can't remember. In my mind, it's Angelina.
Them all together.
Yeah. There's a movie called The Bone Collector, if you don't know. It's nothing to do with this movie.
It is not.
No. So I actually really enjoyed this segment of the movie. I thought the Jimmies were interesting. Yeah, it's a bit like Negan.
Absolutely.
But it's also got a spin on it too. It's different. They're children, you know? They're teenagers.
Yeah.
And they are doing terrible shit.
Yes, and they're doing terrible shit. And then you have to start examining, were they terrible before? Were they... Because they're all young enough to have been born in the zombie apocalypse, right? All of them. None of them were around before.
He's older, isn't he, Jimmy, than the rest of them?
He was a kid, yeah, when it all went
But I
down.
mean, he's older than them.
Definitely.
By, what, 10 years?
I don't know. It's hard to tell with them all.
Yeah, he seems much... I don't know, he seems a bit older than them. But we saw when he ran away from home.
Because he was a kid when it all went down.
I'm saying we saw the scene of him running away from home. It was the first scene of the first movie.
Oh, I don't mean Spike.
No, I'm talking about Jimmy.
Right. So he was a kid 28 years ago.
We saw him.
Yeah, I'm saying he was a kid 28 years ago.
Yeah.
The people he's with now are about 18, 19
So he's
years
about
old.
38, maybe, something like
Maybe,
that.
yeah.
And, yeah, grown up on a diet of Power Rangers, Teletubbies, Jimmy Savile. We never see Jimmy. They don't ever show like, oh, look at him watching Jimmy Savile, or do they?
I don't see him watching anything except Teletubbies in the very beginning of the
And then
first
we
movie.
see one of the girls in his group doing the Tinky Winky dance in this particular one.
I didn't watch any of that, so all that's lost to me. The Jimmy Savile doesn't mean much to me because I'm not British. It's just that I know that he existed. But it's interesting, cartoony almost.
Yeah, it's a good touch because it's Jimmy Savile, if you don't know, was a TV personality back in the 70s. Big deal. All the kids, he did shows for kids. Jim will fix it. You write a letter to Jimmy Savile, he reads the letters on air, and then you say, I want to go to NASA and meet the astronauts, and that's what the next film will be. Him taking a kid to, but then later on, Jimmy Savile became what?
Well, he turned out that the truth was he was a pedophile.
Right, so that makes that really sinister.
But they didn't know
But they don't know that in this movie,
The world fell apart before everybody found that out.
In this movie, they're coming at it from me as a kid. I loved watching the Jimmy Savile thing. Maybe he'll fix it for me one day. That kind of...
Yes.
They're seeing it like that. So it's an interesting... I like the idea of that, you know? Because pop culture stops at a certain... It's a wall, doesn't it? And then it's done. But you can still look back on pop culture, but it just ends on the day that the rage virus went nuts.
Absolutely.
So you've got stuff to look on, but only a limited amount of it. So I like that idea. And they use it well here. And they set up another one at the end.
Mm-hmm.
No spoilers, but there's a good scene at the end, I think. I was hoping it went on a bit more. I was hoping we got a little bit more, maybe 20 minutes of that. But I guess that's what the next movie's for.
Yeah.
Let's get on to the cast. Jack O'Connell plays Sir Jimmy Crystal. He's fantastic, you know, that guy. He was from Sinners as well.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, and I don't know, there's a lot going on. Like, I felt sorry for him in some points. I felt...
Hopefully you got over that very quickly.
Yeah, I felt like he was after knowing, like, what's got him into this. And then, you know, like, he doesn't even know what's happening. When he meets the Bone Collector, as you like to call him, even when he says, like, I've been sweating there, like, waiting to meet you. Like, I don't even know what's going on here. Like, he doesn't, does he?
Mm-mm.
His brain is messing with him. He's fucked up, yeah. And he played it so well. Alfie Williams returns as Spike. He's the wide-eyed kid from the first one.
Aye.
I wish we would have had more of... I mean, maybe that's also the third film, but Spike's family, a.k.a. his dad, they're over there on the causeway, right? That we saw in the first one.
Yeah, but
we never revisit that place.
They could all be dead.
That's what I was thinking, because we didn't even have a scene where it cut to that place of them saying, we've got to go and find Spike, or, no, we didn't have anything, did we? So maybe you're right. Maybe they all got plastered. There was a scene in the first one where the big guy was running towards them.
Yep.
Their encampment.
And the only thing that was saving him was the water come up over the causeway parts of the day. But
so maybe he did just go in there and murder them all.
I feel like that might be part of that story.
We've got Erin Kellyman as Jimmy Ink. She's the lady, Jimmy. What do you think of her?
Well, there's two.
She's the one. She's the main one in the red tracksuit.
She's the one who must have stumbled across the Jimmies at some point. She's not into the horrible, torturous shit that they do. However, she's going along because she says to the kid, I've been out there.
Yeah.
This is better than being out there on your own. And yet she's got a conscience. There's actually a moment, I think, when we see her face go like, I can't do this anymore. She doesn't say it.
No.
It's in the very beginning. And she's just like, I've got to find a way out of this. And then, so I think she was really good.
Ralph Fiennes returns as Dr. Kelson. He's excellent.
He is.
There's a sequence in this movie. Let's call it the Iron Maiden sequence. And he gives it his all, I have to say.
Absolutely.
What on earth? It was like full on, like a performance piece. Amazing. I did see this week on Twitter, I said to you, the Iron Maiden lead singer guy said he'd at this movie saying, I love what you did with our song in this movie. And I won't tell you, but it's one of the best scenes of the movie. It's so fun. And it makes sense as well, even though it seems stupid. It actually makes sense. It's like
sure.
He's trying to do something. I also liked it where Dr. Kelson said, like, he never feels scared, but that day he felt scared.
That crazy Jimmy guy made him feel scared, yeah.
And he would make me feel scared too, because who knows what he's coming at.
He's a psychopath.
Yeah. And then finally, Chi Lewis Parry plays Samson, the big alpha infected.
Getting a chance to maybe not being infected. So we'll see.
I really enjoyed that whole thing.
The concept. Yeah.
The concept of this, from what we know from the first movie, this unstoppable, naked, giant man who's going to rip you apart, to him sitting there with Dr. Kelso just chilling and almost becoming a person.
He's still unconscious.
Yeah.
So we're getting there.
They sit there together. He's quiet. And then later, he's even more quiet, isn't he? When he goes and sits on the train, he's almost a person at that point.
He's getting back. So the doctor has discovered that part of the virus makes you hallucinate, that you're seeing terrible things, not just rotting your brain.
That's why you're so mad.
So then he decides, if I can help with that, maybe you can bring the person back. And we kind of see that happening.
Directed by Nia DaCosta, not Danny Boyle this time, but she's taken over, and she's the lady who did the Candyman remake and The Marvels for Marvel. What do you think of her? Yeah.
I mean, I think that it looked good, and it wasn't crazy shit. There wasn't a lot of crazy camera shit that really irritates.
It's way less crazy than the first one.
You don't get I understand about cinematography, and it's good to do fun new things, but when you're just trying to tell a story, sometimes this is better. And she did a good job.
And this world's really easy to believe in. Like, it's a really well fleshed out Britain with nothing in it.
Yeah, when you think about it, you don't really see any city at all this time. You're at the bone graveyard thing.
You saw like a long shot with all the skyscrapers in the background and stuff.
CGI shot, basically.
Yeah. But it looked good. Like, and I can believe the world. Like, it feels like a messed up island that's got nothing left, apart from evil and death. IMDb reviews, what are those?
Those are reviews you find on the IMDb website. And you like to pick out the 1 stars because people are very, let's say, lazy when they say things like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen. It's a waste of my time. So let's see if we got one of those.
All right. So there's 36 1-star reviews for this one.
Right on.
And overall, this movie gets a 7.9 out of 10.
Okay.
Much higher than the first installment.
Okay.
All right. First guy says, The Boner Temple.
Got it.
Once again, I find myself absolutely disappointed with this franchise. I thought to myself that there's no way it could be as bad as 28 years later. But I stand corrected, it makes no sense at all. And it's yet another heartless cash grab.
Okay. Fair enough.
Second one says, Satan worshipping male genitalia, this movie has lost its meaning. 28 years later, The Bone Temple is a staggering misfire and one of the most baffling entries in a horror franchise I've ever seen. The film abandons the virus-driven narrative, instead drifting into abstract symbolism, cult imagery, and shock value.
And did they see all the others?
I mean, they're all full of shock value.
Absolutely.
Yes. I mean, they're horror movies. Come on.
It's a zombie apocalypse.
And the third guy says, I went to the cinema last night and all I can say is what a waste of time. Without a captivating or even interesting script, without a story, awkward in places, lots of nudity that made it hard to watch, a waste of time and money. People really have a hard time with nudity, don't they?
Yeah. And if the nudity was naked woman, do you think they would have the problem? No.
Probably not, no.
I'm calling
Maybe.
sexist bullshit.
Yeah. And I mean, the nudity in this movie is a prosthetic penis, as far as I can see.
Well, it might not be.
It seemed rather plastic in my eye.
Was that just you?
It wasn't in my eye. Yeah, it looked plastic to me. I mean, I don't know.
I'm okay with the plastic penis. A naked, real penis, none of that bothers me.
No, I don't. No. Oh, you even see Dr. Kelso takes his pants off at one point. I don't think he had a plastic penis. I think he just had a penis.
The problem with Dr.
If you
Kelso,
don't like penises, it might.
I feel like Dr. Kelso could be a brother to the guy from the other movie we just watched, where he's in his little cabin alone and his brother says to him about not wiping his ass. And he's like, yeah.
Oh, you mean Daniel Day-Lewis?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like Dr. Ian and Daniel Day-Lewis are brothers.
They'd probably get on well.
Their characters might be brothers. And in a different movie, those two they know of each other.
All right, extras. We didn't see any because we watched the streaming version. Conclusion, let's give this movie a score. I'm going to give 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. If I give it a point, I would give it a 7.5, but I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
I don't know what I gave the first part, but I think this one is a point higher than that one.
I don't disagree. I would say I'd give it a solid 7 and 7.5.
And you really disliked, in fact. Wasn't it your worst movie of last year?
Oh, I don't know. Might have been.
I feel like it was, and I was like, what's she talking about? There's way worse movies than that.
Hey, the spreadsheet doesn't lie.
Yeah. All right. So, 7. I'll give it a 7. You give it a 7?
I think 7.5. I'm going up because I liked it.
All right. Next week, we're looking at the movie Primate. We was going to look at the movie Primate this week, but then we watched this one instead. So, more horror next week. Movie recommendations, I'm going with Shallow Grave and Trainspotting.
Of course.
It's just my favorite 2 Danny Boyle movies.
Of course.
Are they your favorite 2?
I don't know if I have a favorite 2. So.
Trainspotting is literally his masterpiece.
I thought of it. This is Trainspotting with Zombie because they're getting him hooked on drugs.
You know, there's a scene where the Jimmies are looking from the hill over the bone thing, looking through a little telescope. And it reminds me of Sick Boy and Renton.
Absolutely.
When they were looking through the telescope over the park.
And we've got prosthetic penis guy who is being addicted now to drugs because he comes every day for his morphine hit, even though he doesn't know what the hell's going on. And, Trainspotting.
You know that scene where they shoot him with the air rifle in the back. Do you see the beast, Moneypenny?
Nice.
That's what he says. All right. Your recommendations are?
My recommendations are going back to all the movies ever made in the horror genre that I have seen since the beginning of cinema, which is about 125, 30-ish years. I'm up to, finally, we're getting up to 2024. So only maybe one more week of this theme, and then I'll move on. We have Night Swim, which wasn't great.
No.
Lisa Frankenstein.
I love it. I love that movie.
Really fun. I love that one. Immaculate, which is disturbing.
Yeah.
We must say. The First Omen, along the same track as Immaculate, right? I mean,
yeah, they came out around the same time, and they've got the same vibe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we have, I'm going to go down to this one. I Saw the TV Glow, which I really liked. It's kind of
A24.
weird and interesting.
It's kind of Twin Peaksy in a way.
A little bit.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Sid Talk.
Hi.
Ace Scully stuff. I've been playing a new game called Ark Raiders. I've played a lot of this game this week.
Mm-hmm.
Sid Talk. You've probably seen me play it.
Heard you talk about it.
You might have seen it on the screen.
A little bit.
Yeah. Well, this is an extraction shooter, which you might not know what that means, but there's a world. This particular world it's the whole world's gone to crap, taken over by these things called arcs, which are like robots, flying drones, little robot stuff, all robots.
Okay.
So the robots are on this Earth, and they're computer control characters, these robots, but they're very dangerous. So you don't want to go up there. They call it topside because you live underneath the ground. When you come up to the top to loot stuff, the robots are going to try and stop you. As well as the robots trying to stop you, there's everybody else who are real people who are playing the game. Now they can decide whether they want to help you or they want to kill everybody. So it's this really dangerous world. And your aim is to go topside, loot things, find new things, find new blueprints, find new crafting items, bring them back safely, and then make better gear for yourself. And now there's a risk-reward system to that, because every time you go out, anything can happen to you. The robots can kill you, other people can kill you, you can fail to extract, and if you fail, you lose everything that you have on you. So sometimes you go up there, you start looting, you start rummaging through things, and you find, I found some really cool stuff. And then from that instant, it's like, I've got to get out of here now. I can't die. I've got to get out because I can get to keep this stuff.
Because real people in the game are coming to take it from you.
Exactly. The real people in the game. There are plenty of nice people out there, as I've found.
Yep.
People who also want to pick up cool stuff and take it home. But then there are other people who hang around the place where you extract, which is the lift in this. You get to this lift, you call the lift. It takes 30 seconds for the lift to turn up. And then when it turns up, you get on and you have to press a button to leave, right? During that entire time there can be assholes trying to just kill everybody and get the stuff for themselves.
Like real life Jimmies.
The easy route, yes. The easy route. So, you never know when that's going to happen. Most of the time people are okay, but there are some real dickheads. You can't avoid that. It's like real life. The game's just a lot of fun. It's just like every time you go up there, you get into something different. Maybe like you're attacking some big robot and you win and you feel good, and then you get your stuff and you get out of there. Or you might run into a group of guys who just want to kill you, and you're like, oh, please don't kill me. I've got the best gun.
What do you think the game encourages more?
I think the game encourages helping each other more. In fact, I was reading about the game when they created it. They didn't want people to attack each other at all. It was just you versus the robots. You all versus the robots.
Yeah.
But over time, they realized that part of the fun was the unpredictability of letting people do whatever the hell they want. That's how a world would work, right?
I don't know if that's fun.
Yeah, but it adds something. You know what? It also adds something really cool. It has proximity chat. So when you get close to another character, you can hear what they say through the microphone. And I was walking past a guy, and I was like, this guy's going to shoot me. He looks like he's going to shoot me. He's got his gun out. He's looking at me. And then his microphone kicked in, and he's like, hey, you're on our game show. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And he's like, can you answer these questions about the robots in this world? And he gave me questions, and I answered the questions. And then he gave me a prize. He gave me dropped a load of guns on the floor and said, there you go, there's your prize.
Okay.
So I was like, this guy has invested his time into playing this game to be a game show host in the game. I mean, things like that, like really weird little moments, you know? And I've seen lots of weird stuff. Just people come up to you and say the weirdest thing and then walk away and you're like, what even is that? Like, what is that person doing? It's very fun. Arc Raiders, it's on Steam. It's also on the consoles. I think it costs $39.99. Best part about it is once you've paid your fee, there's nothing more to pay for. They don't believe in the keep asking you for money thing.
Okay. Sounds a little too good to be true.
So if you like this type of game, it's a good one to buy. First off, it's cheaper than all the other games. And second off, it's high quality, very, very high quality. So if you've never played an extraction shooter, I haven't. It was my first one. I can tell you I'm hooked. So yeah, Arc Raiders out now. Sid's what's for dinner?
Good question. I didn't fill in the form. So what do you want? I think you wanted an Impossible Whopper.
Yes.
But we also have pies you know what? I think we've cooked enough being sick. We cook every day, something.
Yeah.
So I will get you an Impossible Whopper.
Yum. All right. Sid Talk. That's it then. What's your advice?
My advice. Of course, I didn't come up with any of that either. But what I will say is, okay, here's my observation / advice that's not advice. If you decide to make a project or do something that you find really satisfying and you think you've decided, oh, everyone's going to love it. Everyone's going to think it's perfect. They're going to love it as much as I do. You need to stop. Back up a step. And if you're not doing it for your own satisfaction, if you've got an obligation to come through with setting up an event or making something for someone that you've, said that you would, that's different. Take a step back and decide if at the end of this, I hand it over and everyone's like, oh, that's cute. And they move on. Can you handle that? Because not everyone's going to be as interested in your thing as you are. So you're learning guitar, and we're learning from people that I know and people we know that everyone has a very different expectation when you tell them you're learning a new skill. Someone over here thinks you should be rocketing to the performance stage and it doesn't matter about the quality, just get in there and be able to do it. And then other people will be like, well, you're never going to learn it all, so why bother? Right? So you put out in the world, you're doing this thing. And if you then want to live up to those individual expectations, do you really need to do it? Or are you going to do it so that every single day when you sit down with your guitar, it's 100% satisfying? And if someone else appreciates it, like me or anybody else, it's a bonus. So I do a lot of projects. I have my little garden area that I'm going to be growing again. I make things for different situations like my Historical Society, Alumni Association. And I have learned that you can, and this is not a new idea, you cannot please everyone.
Yeah.
So if you're organizing something and you've got a good grasp on making it quality and you're behind it, don't doubt yourself, don't question yourself, and don't wait for somebody to pat you on the back. Just do it, be proud of the end result, and then move on to a new thing.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you, Sid Talk. Let's play some music. All right. You can catch us on X, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, TikTok. You can also catch this podcast on ascully.com, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, YouTube. You can email feedback to me, ascully@ascully.com. Don't email Sid Talk. She doesn't want your email. And stay classy, Dr. Kelson. Stay classy, mate.
And I'm going to say, think for yourself, because if you're not doing it, someone's doing it for you.